Update Young and the Restless spoilers. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is a beautiful day, and we have a ton of explosive updates to unpack from the daytime drama world. Grab your favorite beverage and let's jump straight into the chaos unfolding in Genoa City. So I am honestly just so mentally drained by this storyline, but I still care so much about these characters. I mean, I have been covering this show for a while, and the writers are really pushing all the buttons this week. Let's just dive right into it because the latest situation at the hospital is blowing my mind. Sienna actually sneaked into Matt Clark's hospital room. Yes, Sienna, the drug dealer, the fanatic. She just walked right in. And we really need to talk about the security at Genoa City Memorial Hospital for a second. What are they thinking? Who actually believes this is going to end well? Because apparently anyone can just stroll right into the room of a highly dangerous criminal who is under police guard. But whatever, let's ignore the logic for a second because the drama is just too good. So Matt is lying there. He is writhing in pain after his surgery. And remember, a few episodes ago, he ended up in this bed because of that insane car crash where Sharon literally drove them off a cliff to save Nick. Matt got severely injured. And now here is Sienna, leaning over his bed, whispering sweet nothings to him. She is promising him a future. A free future, and it is so twisted. It is deeply, deeply twisted. I mean, this guy is a monster. He has terrorized the Newman family. He tortured Nick. He locked up Noah and Sharon, and Sienna is acting like they are star-crossed lovers. It makes my skin crawl. But also, wow, what a performance. But then the door swings open, and it is Noah Newman. Noah barges into the room, and you can just see the absolute rage radiating off of him. And you guys, I really feel for Noah right now. Think about what this guy has been through over the last few weeks. He was chained up in an abandoned gas station. He got into a brutal, bloody fist fight with Matt where he was punched in the face. He survived a car crash off a cliff, and now he walks into a hospital room and sees the man who ruined his family being coddled. But it gets worse because no one knows exactly who Sienna is. He knows she is the one who sold the drugs to his dad. She is the dealer. And let's pause and talk about Nick for a second. Nick Newman, the golden boy, the moral compass of the family. He is heavily addicted to drugs right now, fentanyl, cocaine, the whole 9 yards. Victoria already cornered him about it last week, and we know Sienna is the one who supplied him. So Noah is standing there looking at the woman who literally handed his father the poison that almost killed him. The poison that made Nick crash his car. And she is gently stroking the hair of the psycho who orchestrated the whole thing. Noah just explodes, and I do not blame him one bit. I would be screaming too. He starts yelling. The anger is just pouring out of him. He is looking at these two villains and he is just done. He tells them it is over. He threatens to throw them both in jail. He is going to call the cops, get the guards, whatever it takes to lock them away forever. But Sienna, she does not even flinch, not even a little bit. She stands her ground and she looks Noah right in the eye. And she says that her love for Matt is bigger than any Newman morality. Okay, first of all, Newman morality is kind of an oxymoron if we are being real. I mean, Victor Newman is basically a mob boss in a nice suit, but you get what she means. Sienna is completely brainwashed by Matt. She is fanatical. She is violently loyal. We saw her attack Phyllis in a dark basement just to save Matt, so we know she is not afraid to get her hands dirty. She tells Noah that she doesn't care about right and wrong. She only cares about Matt. And then she drops the absolute biggest bombshell. Sienna counter-threatens Noah. She tells him that if he doesn't back off, if he doesn't let her help Matt escape from the hospital, she is going to release her client list. And she specifically says she will expose Nick's darkest secrets. Guys, what does that even mean? What are Nick's darkest secrets? I mean, we know about the drugs. The fentanyl, the cocaine, that is bad enough. If the press in Genoa City gets a hold of that, Newman Enterprises takes a massive hit, Victor would lose his mind. Victoria would probably try to stage a corporate coup. But is there more? Did Nick do something else while he was high? Did he confess something to Sienna? Was he buying things for other people? My brain is just spinning with the possibilities. And poor Noah, you can just see the color drain from his face. He is trapped. He is totally trapped. If he screams for the guards and gets Sienna arrested, she leaks the list. Nick's reputation is destroyed. He might go to jail for possession or whatever else is on that list. The family is dragged through the mud. And Nick is already so fragile right now. He barely survived that crash. He is dealing with brain trauma and addiction. A public scandal right now might literally push him over the edge. No one knows this. He wants to protect his dad. But on the other hand, if he lets them go, if he just turns around and lets Sienna haul Matt Clark out of that hospital. Matt is free. Matt Clark, the guy who faked amnesia, the guy who locked Noah and Sharon in a gas station, the guy who wants Nick dead. He will be out on the streets again. And you know he will not just run away and live a quiet life. He will come back. He always comes back. He will hunt down Nick. He will hunt down Sharon. It is a never-ending cycle of violence. So what is Noah supposed to do? What would you do? Honestly, I think I would just hit the alarm and deal with the fallout later. You cannot negotiate with terrorists, right? And Sienna is basically a domestic terrorist at this point. But Noah loves his dad. He has always been the sensitive one. He wants to save Nick from any more pain. And the writers, what were they thinking putting Noah in this position? It is actually brilliant, but also so cruel. They have been building up this Matt Clark storyline for a while now. The fans on social media are losing their minds over this. Half the people want Matt dead. The other half love the drama he brings. But Sienna is the real wild card here. Nobody expected her to be this devoted. Maybe I am being too harsh on Noah if he caves. I mean, okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. He is a young guy trying to protect his family. But if he lets Matt go, Victor is going to find out. And Victor Newman does not forgive. Victor is already gaslighting Nikki, taking victory laps about how right he was not to trade the company to Phyllis. If he finds out his grandson let his worst enemy escape, oh boy. The wrath of the mustache will be biblical. Let's talk about Sharon for a second. Where is Sharon while all this is happening? She was the one who drove the car off the cliff. She risked her own life, deployed those airbags, and almost died just to stop Matt. If she finds out that Noah, her own son, let Matt walk out the front door of the hospital because of some blackmail about Nick, it will break her heart. Sharon has fought so hard to keep her kids safe from this exact monster. She was chained up next to Noah. And now Noah has to make a choice that basically invalidates her entire sacrifice. It is so messed up. The psychological warfare here is just off the charts. And Victor, we know from last week that Victor is currently strutting around the Newman Ranch, completely full of himself. He is aggressively gaslighting Nikki, making her tell him how brilliant he is for not giving up Newman Enterprises to Phyllis to save Nick. Victor thinks he has won. He thinks Matt is neutralized, Nick is safe, and he kept his precious company. If Sienna manages to wheel Matt out of that hospital, Victor's entire victory lap blows up in his face. And you know he will blame everyone except himself. He will probably blame Noah for being weak. He will blame Nick for doing the drugs in the first place. It is going to be a toxic disaster class in parenting. But let's circle back to Sienna and Matt. I just can't get over this dynamic. Sienna isn't just a lackey. She attacked Phyllis in a dark basement. She physically assaulted a woman to free this guy. And now she is risking federal charges to break him out of police custody. What did Matt do to inspire this level of devotion? Is he brainwashing her, or is she just as twisted as he is? Honestly, I think they are a match made in hell. They deserve each other, but they do not deserve to walk free. If Noah caves, I am going to be so mad. But I will also completely understand it, because Nick is hanging by a thread. We saw Nick hallucinate Matt in the middle of the road. We saw him crash his own car because he was so high on the fentanyl that Sienna sold him. If that client list goes public, Nick won't just face legal trouble. He will face total public humiliation. The board at Newman Enterprises will force him out. The police will investigate him. Victoria will use it to seize absolute control of whatever divisions Nick still handles. It would be the end of Nick's career and maybe his life, given how fragile his recovery is going to be. So yeah, Noah is in an impossible spot. I am so tired of these villains getting the upper hand, but I also can't stop watching. It is like a car crash, literally and figuratively. I just hope Noah finds a third option. Maybe he can pretend to agree, let them get to the elevator, and then ambush them. But Sienna is smart. She probably has the list set to an automatic email trigger or something. You know how these soap villains operate. They always have a dead man's switch. And you know what else bothers me? Nick is out here trying to help Matt cure his amnesia so he can hit him without feeling guilty. Like, Nick is spending his time trying to fix the guy who ruined his life, while the guy's crazy girlfriend is blackmailing his son. The irony is just too much. It is so clunky and messy, but that is why we watch, right? Okay, I really need to wrap this up. My brain is fried from overthinking this. But seriously, this episode was a masterpiece of stress. The writers really know how to push our buttons. You guys need to tell me what you think. Will Noah let them go? Will Sienna pull the trigger on the blackmail? Let me know in the comments. And seriously, someone hire better security for that hospital.